Just want to start with giving credit to Coach Kaidon and his team. They had a great game plan, played really hard, had a lot of respect for him going in and still have a lot of respect for him. Also want to give, thanks to our administration for giving me this opportunity to stay through this bowl game and help lead our football team. They've supported us all 4 years I've been here in the right way. We just made too many mistakes to win. You look up and we only ran 41 plays on offense, and that's partly because not getting off the field on defense and some things that we were doing on offense. Defensively, I thought we played good enough to win, but I think the difference in the game were the third downs down the stretch. We should have gotten off the field. We were getting TFLs in the backfield. They were falling forward a little bit on us, and we were losing our leverage in the back end some. Would have loved to stop them, obviously, in that 4-minute situation and give the ball back to our offense, but that's just how it goes. And, for all the mistakes we made, we were still a 2-point conversion away from being tied. So a lot of credit to our guys on defense especially. Had a lot of guys who played every single snap because of how thin we were. So I'm very proud of that. And with that, I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, I would like for you to talk about the play of Mike Smith tonight. He was lights out, 16 tackles, 0.5 sack, 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that played every single snap tonight, except a couple third downs. We were shorthanded at linebacker because of some roster stuff currently this time of year. That's just the nature of college football right now, and I just felt more comfortable with him out there, tired than I did with some other guys, and just really proud of Mike finishing his season. Mike's had a good year. I don't think a lot of people understand Mike's been pretty nicked up the last 4 weeks of the season. He had a really good start to the season, and he's been nicked up, so the bowl prep allowed him to get healthy.
How tough of a blow was it to lose Javon Scruggs? What happened to him early?
Ankle. Always tough when you lose him because, I think, like I've said before in some press conferences this year, what he gives you isn't just his ability to make plays. He helps a lot. He helps everybody else around him get better. He's not the general just by nickname. He does do a great job. He's basically the quarterback of our defense. So that hurt. But Corey Jones is going to be a phenomenal football player. Probably one of the best high school safeties we've signed since I've worked here. So I thought he played really well from what I could tell on the sideline.
What did you see on this extra point? Was it a low snap or just?
I didn't see it.
Kaidon, this is the most you've played since week 3 against Wake Forest. How did you feel out there, and how did you feel the game plan suited for you?
Yeah, it fitted me perfect. A lot of running today. It was expected through practice all week. I was tired a little bit, but just had to go out there and do what I had to do for my team, fight through it. We just went out there, we tried to execute, do the best we can do. They had some pretty good D linemen that was giving me 50-50 reads on pulls. But they defense played pretty good today and was able to stop some of the things we had coming for them.
Kaidon, take us through the touchdown pass that you had late in the fourth quarter to pull your team into how it happened.
They just lost the running back. We sent them the real motion with DeMario. They had their eyes on DeMario, running back, slipped right past the linebacker. Middle field was wide open. Took that easy pass, touchdown.
Kaidon, first 2 drives, you guys were able to move the ball somewhat effectively. What did they do? What did they do change scheme-wise that prevented you guys from being able to sustain drives, which led to 3 and outs and not being able to sustain anything?
They started picking up on our RPOs. Corners started biting on the routes pretty fast, and they were giving me hard reads, and I was getting lost really.
Fumbles. 4th straight game you've lost one. What's something that you can work on to make sure ball security?
I just gotta keep the ball high and tight at all times. Today fumble, I was finna throw the ball out of bounds. I made a bad read. He bit it. The corner was playing off, and we had an out. He bit on it. Tried to just throw the ball out of bounds after I made the bad read and got hit from behind.
Coach, talk about the third downs, 10 of 17 for them tonight. It seemed like they liked that. I don't know if it was the exact same play, but those little out routes to the sideline, what gave you problems there?
It was several things. I think this is our worst third down game of the year, just offhand, from a percentage standpoint. But it was several things. One time we didn't adjust correctly. Another time we got 2 guys surrounding him, and we don't keep our feet. you know, they had a good plan. You know, I mean, they didn't do anything we didn't expect by any means, but they still had a good plan, and we didn't get them on the ground. So that's just the nature of it.
Tough end of the season, Coach, and you know, these guys have been through a lot the last few weeks. You just take us through your emotions of what you're feeling about what they've gone through and what, you know, just their fight they had tonight.
Well, man, I don't think losing the game is a testament to whether they had any fight or not. You know, I think they did have fight. I mean, we just played the champion of the MAC and took them to a 2-point conversion. You know, with a very depleted roster. So, I mean, if we had all our dudes out there, there's several guys that would have definitely made some plays today. We would love to have them, but you know, I love these guys. You know, I've had the privilege of being a part of every recruiting class since Coach got here, and have a very intimate relationship with a lot of them. Sat on a lot of their couches, seen a lot of them grow up and mature, and you know, I think they had a great week of practice, and I'm forever in debt to them for buying into what I wanted done in a 14-day span. So, you know, I still think they had a great season. You know, probably the two biggest wins in school history in back-to-back games. You know, they'll never be able to take that from us. I mean, so, but you know, I think they had a lot of fight today.
Coach, a big bright spot there towards the end was that C.J. Daniels pass. You said you got to know the offensive players a little bit more. You know that he had that in him, and Kaidon done the same thing for you watching that throw.
Yeah, I knew we had that, you know, glanced down there one time and saw us do that. You know, I didn't know we were running it just then because I don't memorize our terminology and things like that. But, I mean, you know, I kept it close to the vest all week that Coach Klanakis was going to call plays, and I thought he had a great plan, especially in the run game. And I thought we dialed up some really good shots there at the end.
Durrell, what I'd like for you to do is just recap how your individual season has gone from start to finish, some of the positives that you got out of it.
I learned when you just disciplined and trying to be a good teammate, everything will fall into place. It's all about the attitude you have when you wake up in the morning. And it can't be no, oh, I don't feel like doing this, because if you carry that mentality with anything you do, you're just going to be saying that the whole day. And you just being grateful, like, nah, I got to go to practice. I get to go to practice. I don't got to do this extra work. I get to do extra work because I want to be a better. So that's just more how I approached it all season.
5 PFL single season record, now 27.5 for the season. I know personal records don't mean much to you after a loss, but what does that mean to etch your name in the Liberty record book?
I guess it meant a lot because I didn't really have no accolades, like goals really coming into the season. I just wanted I didn't have no personal goals. I had goals for the team. I wanted a 10-win season. I wanted us to stay ranked towards the end of the season. But I guess that's a good thing to write my name in Liberty record books, and hopefully somebody come along and beat it one day.
Durrell, you told me that you took some time to think about, you know, after the end of the regular season, reflect, visit with your family, and decided you wanted to be here with your teammates. After having gone through it, you know, what will you remember about going through this bowl trip and this game with these guys?
I just remember the smiles, the memories we made here in Boca, Raton. Just everything we did. This is my last time with them, but I really enjoyed my time with them, and I'm glad I came back, win or lose. I'm happy I came and was there for my team.
Kaidon, the future's still bright for this team with Coach Aldridge coming in and his staff, and you got a lot of pieces coming back. You know, what can you expect moving forward with this team?
I mean, I built a pretty strong bond with them since the first time I got here. I mean, I know the offense pretty well now, and just keep coming in and executing it. I mean, we get a new coach next year, but just got to learn that scheme just like I did this one. Be prepared at all times. Play ball. I mean, I know I'm our receivers. I know I'm our running backs, and we pretty much get the same old line back, so we'll still be pretty stacked.
Yeah, with I think 4 O-linemen who are coming back. Shadra's coming back. I mean, you got Noah's at least coming back at wide receiver. How much does that help? You know, even with the new coaching staff, there's so much left on that offensive side, and defense is bringing back some guys too.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna help a lot. I mean, we all got a bond. I mean, we've been hanging with each other for a pretty long minute. I mean, as soon as like Big Mike, he came in, everybody just loved him like he been here. All the transfers they come in, we love them like they been here. When I came in, they love me like I've been here. everybody got a pretty strong bond on and off the field. We hang around each other on and off the field, so I feel like it'll be pretty good.